Have you ever seen rich people skydiving to class every day? Hey guys, today we continue with the story of the classic harem anime Urusei Yatsura episode 3-5. In the previous story, the main character Ataru tore off the clothes of the alien beauty Lum, and he finally won the competition between humans and aliens to protect the Earth. From then on, Lum fell in love with Ataru. Unfortunately, Ataru is very lecherous. He proposed to Miyake, with who Ataru spent his childhood together until now. At the same time, he was ambiguous with the young witch Sakura he just met. Ataru, who is surrounded by several women, will meet a strong rival. This rival is born in purple. Whether Ataru can defend his relationship, let's look forward to it. At the very beginning of the story, it shows us what is the life of the rich. Mr. A, the rich man, takes a plane to escort his grandson Shutaro to school. The average rich man has at most one private plane. The Mindu family sends 8 planes, which is quite a spectacular scene. After all, private transportation in the sky is rare. There is no need to worry about traffic jams at all. Shutaro gives a dashing and defines skydiving as his debut. At this moment, Miyake is very jealous because Lum has been clinging to Ataru. She raises the chair and hits Ataru, but the chair flies to the parachute of Shutaro. Shutaro hangs awkwardly on the tree. Fortunately, his body is flexible and he gets out of trouble easily. The whole school is shocked by the transfer student who parachuted to school, and the teacher blames him for making such a big mess. Shutaro does not respond, and his attention is drawn to Miyake. The girl feels sorry for throwing the table. Shutaro is always educated to be very gentle to the girls. A few words of praise to Miyake make her heart beat faster. When Ataru tries to stop Miyake from becoming obsessed with Shutaro, he is beaten by Miyake. On the first day of school, Shutaro, as a transfer student, already gained high popularity. Simple to say, boys envy him and girls admire him. Shutaro sees that Ataru has been pestering Miyake, and he stands up to stop this rude behavior. Ataru explains that Miyake is his girlfriend, without being able to finish the sentence. He is electric shocked by jealous Lum. Shutaro did not expect that Ataru, who looked so ordinary, would have a beautiful alien wife. He tries to persuade Lum to break up with Ataru as soon as possible. Lum ignores him and flies to the tree to sleep. Shutaro continues his performance of showing off and takes the initiative to nominate himself when selecting the monitor. As if it was a presidential election, Shutaro also publishes the rules he is going to implement after taking office. For example, people who ask to leave and leave early will use a lie detector, and once the detector finds that they are lying, they will pull out their tongue. Also, he will send the private police of the Mindu family to monitor the students and kill those who are lazy and do not go to school. Last, he will arrest all the people who are late for school and lock them up. At the end of his speech, Shutaro mentions that these cruel punishments are only effective for boys, and girls should not suffer but are adored. The boys certainly disagree after hearing this. They are the ones who are most likely to be late, leave early, or not go to school. So all the boys turn their attention to Ataru, thinking that only this reckless guy could stand up to compete with Shutaro. Simple-minded Ataru stands up for election when everyone is heckling. There is only one thing he says in his speech. Once he is elected monitor, the whole class of girls would belong to him. Ataru is supposed to lose for sure, but on this special occasion, all the boys vote for him. Unexpectedly, the competition between Ataru and Shutaro ends in a tie. Shutaro is unwilling to see the result and proposes another match. Mindu's family has a duel method that has been passed down for generations. That is, put apples on the heads of both parties of the game, and whoever breaks the apples with a cannon wins. Ataru is quite shocked that Shutaro's ancestors could survive in such a dangerous dueling style. Shutaro doesn't care about the doubts that Ataru has. He is ready to throw white gloves at Ataru before the duel according to Western etiquette. But Ataru uses a super fast dodge comparable to Sakuraji Hanamichi. And the most exaggerated part is that Ataru also uses ninjutsu that can confuse the enemy. And it takes Shutaro a long time to block Ataru on the roof. The accident happens at this time since Lum comes to find Ataru when she is hit by a white glove. Ataru lies to Lum that Shutaro wants her to duel. Lum has a very strong sense of victory and she knocks Shutaro down. The classmates chase over, and Ataru lies that he has defeated Shutaro. The proud Shutaro felt that he had humiliated his family and almost apologized by killing himself, while Ataru kept repeating the same sentence on the sidelines, saying that all the girls in the class belong to him. Shutaro has not been able to calm down after returning home. He can't help thinking of Lum, who has the same hot personality as her body. Fate keeps them entangled, and when Shutaro goes to school again, the parachute just covers Lum. At the same time, Ataru has just confirmed Miyake's feelings, and she likes nice, rich, and good-looking Shutaro. Ataru reminds Miyake to cherish her infatuated lover when the parachute falls and covers the 4 of them. Miyake and Shutaro are very happy after their close interaction, which makes Ataru feel very frustrated. Shutaro is also frustrated because the girl he has feelings for is all about Ataru. Not long after, the school organizes off-campus teaching. The students consider today's activity as a field trip. Lum, who changes into human clothes, seems much gentler, but unfortunately, Ataru is still not interested in her. When it's time to explore freely, the four of them decide to adventure in a nearby stalactite cave together. Everyone has their thoughts. Miyake's goal is to be with Shutaro, while Shutaro plans to take this opportunity to improve his relationship with Lum. Lum only knows that she would go wherever Ataru goes, and Ataru would be willing to join the adventure only because he wants to enhance the relationship with Miyake. As soon as the adventure begins, they encounter a fork in the road. Shutaro turns off his flashlight and pretends the flashlight is dead. They end up losing their way and screams. Miyake hugs Shutaro tightly, and Lum sticks to Ataru. They have to gather together and continue to explore deeper inside the cave. Shutaro and Ataru make the deal that they must hug the right person when they run apart next time. Once again, they hit a fork in the road. Shutaro quickly turns off the flashlight, and they get separated again. This time Shutaro is even more unlucky. The person he hugs turns out to be Ataru. Shutaro suddenly shows his weak side. It turns out that he suffers from both dark phobia and claustrophobia. He is not prone to illness as long as he is watched by girls. Lum and Miyake come over, and Shutaro's abnormal symptoms go away. Ataru goes with another test, and he finds that as long as he covers the girl's eyes, Shutaro will immediately cry. Everyone plans to go the same way back, but they get lost and the flashlight is out of power. Lum accidentally activates a spaceship hidden in the cave when she uses electric lighting, only to see that the spaceship crashes through the cave and flies into outer space. Soon after, 4 crows appear carrying the spaceship, and the elder of the crows leads the way. They are aliens like Lum to come to the Earth because of a secret mission. At this moment, the main characters are playing tennis on a nearby tennis court, and 4 of them put a jerk in it, wanting to impress their crush. Lum suspends herself in the air waiting to smash the ball. In the end, the ball is smashed too hard that it knocks down a crow. The spacecraft loses its fulcrum and slides directly down the hill, and the next moment Shutaro is crushed to the ground by it. The lecherous Ataru pounces on the beautiful alien girl when he sees her in the spaceship, and even Shutaro is attracted to the girl. Then 4 crows fly over, shouting. The rich Shutaro misunderstands that crows in the world of the poor can talk. At this time, the elder of the crows wakes up and he says the reason for coming to the Earth. There are no humanoid males in the elder of the crows' homeland, and they want to help Princess Kurama find handsome guys to reproduce. And the crows promise that the male is not responsible for the rest of the things, but only for intimate interaction. The crows think that the Shutaro is qualified because he is cute, so they let him wake up the sleeping Kurama with a kiss. Miyake tries to snatch Shutaro because she decisively disagrees with Shutaro kissing another woman. Lum stops Ataru because he wants to sneak to kiss Kurama. She underestimates Ataru's desire for pretty girls. Ataru jumps hard and finally kisses Kurama. Time seems to be paused. No one can believe the scene in front of them. The elder of the crows tells everyone that according to tradition, the princess must have an intimate interaction with the man who kisses her. Around the moment Kurama wakes up, she mistakes the handsome Shutaro the man who awakens her and is about to make babies with him. When Ataru tries to prove that he was the one who woke Kurama with his kissing skills, he is knocked out by the jealous Lum. There is a disagreement among the crows. The elder of the crows wants to tell Kurama that it was Ataru who kissed her, and the 4 crows accompanying him think that they can hide this matter in order to return to their planet earlier. Now they just want Kurama to leave the Earth as soon as possible after conceiving Shutaro's child. So 4 crows tie up the elder and fly to the school to find Kurama and Shutaro. As soon as the crows arrive, they witness the chaotic relationship among the 5. Lustful Ataru keeps sticking to Kurama, who only wants to get Shutaro and always pulls him into her arms. To prevent the plan from being sabotaged, Ataru is tied up by the crows right away, who is most likely to cause trouble with Miyake, and then privately try to persuade Shutaro and Kurama to make babies. And the crows repeatedly address that there is no responsibility for intimate interaction. It takes a long time for Shutaro to finally agree to help. What everyone does not expect is that the crows and Kurama will be so hurrying for the reproduction. They have built a space capsule in the school, ready to let Kurama and Shutaro have an intimate interaction under the onlookers of the students. Shutaro's fans are both angry and sad, feeling that their idol is about to be defiled and no longer pure. Shutaro doesn't want to have an intimate interaction in front of so many people. He wants to escape but is captured by Kurama. Shutaro's virginity, which he has maintained for more than 10 years, is about to be snatched by an alien woman. Kurama slowly approaches Shutaro seductively. An accident happens by then. The elder and Ataru sneak into the capsule, and they mention Ataru kissing Kurama. Shutaro, who has a guilty conscience, admits that he lies to Kurama, and Ataru sticks to Kurama again with a wicked smile. Kurama finds herself in a jam. She likes handsome guys, so she can't accept the average-looking Ataru. According to tradition, Kurama must make babies with the person who wakes her up with a kiss. The anguished Kurama asks the elder what kind of terrible consequences will be caused by violating tradition. The elder doesn't have the answer, but it was the previous elder who told him not to violate tradition. The elder turns on a high-tech computer from their planet and contacts the previous elder to ask what would happen if he violated tradition. But the previous elder doesn't know it either, only saying that his previous elder told him so. A similar situation repeats itself until the current elder makes contact with the first elder and finally figures out the origin of this tradition. Many years ago, their planet was invaded by a powerful enemy. The first elder set out alone to rescue the captured princess. He defeated many enemies on the way, and later met a comatose crow girl. The first elder couldn't help kissing her, and then the two of them got married. The first elder makes this tradition in honor of his love. The truth makes Kurama overwhelmed. She doesn't expect that such a boring tradition would be passed down for thousands of years. Now, without the constraints of tradition, Kurama decides to choose to make babies with the handsome Shutaro. At this time, Ataru covers Shutaro with a large bell, and I doubt that Ataru has a four-dimensional pocket like Doraemon. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to conjure such a large bell. When Ataru exploits Shutaro's claustrophobia and causes him to scream in front of Kurama, Kurama abandons the timid Shutaro and prepares to find another brave and handsome man to make babies. After Kurama leaves, another beautiful woman shows up at school, Sakura, as the new health teacher. Ataru doesn't expect the new teacher to be this beautiful witch. The lecherous boy nags at Sakura to get married when he meets her. Sakura sees that the boys at this school are as lecherous as Ataru, and quickly kicks them all out. Then a big accident occurs when Ataru picks up a pair of strange boxing gloves, and after wearing them, his right hand takes the initiative to hug the girls uncontrollably, and the result is that he is beaten all over his face with slap marks. Ataru then discovers that the boxing gloves are not only aiming at women. His right hand also takes the initiative to touch Shutaro's head. Just then Sakura changes into a witch's costume and comes over, who has discovered that the boxing gloves are hosted with the obsession of the previous owner. The glove of the right hand represents love, and the glove of the left hand represents rage. When Ataru punches the male teacher who comes to class after putting on two gloves, he actively blocks his glove with his face to protect Lum. And this is the first time Lum sees Ataru get worried about her. Sakura then begins the exorcism ritual, where she locks Ataru together with Lum to consume the obsession from the gloves. Ataru can't bear to attack Lum. He behaves like a schizophrenic patient, chasing and beating Lum while using his body to resist the attack. And from time to time he will be affected by the influence of his right-hand glove to take time to hug Lum, which makes Lum very moved. In the end, Sakura completes the exorcism ritual and helps Ataru take off his gloves. Ataru and Lum haven't deepened their relationship because of this accident. Lum always wants to hold hands with Ataru, but unfortunately, the lecherous Ataru still keeps staring at other girls and refuses to accept her. Until this accident, their relationship finally ushers in some changes. The reason is that Shutaro always receives a lot of love letters, and the girls in the school are infatuated with this handsome, gentlemanly rich guy. The boys in the class can't stand it anymore, and they decide to find a way to steal the limelight from Shutaro. Soon the opportunity comes, and the boys set their sights on the reckless, lecherous Ataru. They fabricate a non-existent girl to write a love letter to Ataru, praising Ataru as better than Shutaro in the love letter, and they use a lipstick to create a girl's fake lip print. Ataru trembles with excitement after reading the love letter, and the proud Shutaro is enraged by the love letter. Lum is very jealous, and Shutaro takes the opportunity to pursue Lum. And he also says that Ataru has a very low IQ to not be able to tell a fake love letter and even believes it. So Ataru and Shutaro bet on whether the girl Otoko who writes the love letter exists. And the boys who forge the love letter pay a girl to impersonate Otoko to embarrass Shutaro. The next day, another forged love letter is sent to Ataru, asking Ataru to meet and date this afternoon. And the salty Lum says that she wants to be with Shutaro. Ataru is not jealous at all but ecstatic to hear that. The depressed Lum overhears the boys talking, and the girl pretending to be Otoko is sick and unable to show up for the appointment, which also means that it is going to be very embarrassing for Ataru to lose to Shutaro. Soon it is time agreed upon in the love letter, and a large number of Ataru's classmates gather in the cafe. Most of them come to Rubberneck. They do not believe in the existence of Otoko, and a small number of people are expecting the mysterious Otoko to appear. An hour has passed since the appointed time, and the girl who wrote to him still hasn't shown up. Just when Ataru gets very desperate, a beautiful woman claiming to be Otoko appears. Ataru is very happy and immediately hugs the girl, and he is surprised to find that Otoko is disguised by Lum. Lum whispers to Ataru not to debunk her identity if he doesn't want to lose face in public. After leaving the cafe, Ataru learns the truth from Lum, and Otoko doesn't exist, and it is Lum's kindness that saves Ataru's face. The dusk of the day is very beautiful. Ataru finds that Lum's profile is so pretty for the first time. Appreciation, guilt, affection, and several complex emotions entangle. Ataru takes the initiative to hold Lum's hands, and the story of episodes 3 to 5 ends here. It makes me feel that this is simply the road to redemption for the scumbag Ataru by watching this anime. A lecherous guy who can fall in love with a female stranger in a second. After only 5 episodes on air, there are now girls with completely different styles, and I admire the imagination of the author, Rumiko Takahashi. Each character has a completely different personality. Whether Ataru will keep his bad nature and continue to expand his harem, or whether his conscience will guide him to choose Lum. Let's look forward to the follow-up story together. Well, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.